The Inspector General of Police is telling Kenyans that the redeployment of the officer who's heading the security of former President Uhuru Kenyatta is just routine. It is normal. Yeah, and of course he's not talking about the reduction in the number of officers guarding the former president. But you see, there are very few Kenyans who have swallowed that story. Very few. Kenyans are convinced, and they know in their knowing, that Ruto is hitting back at former President Uhuru Kenyatta. And while that is true, we should also take careful note of the timing. In politics, it is always the timing. The timing tells you a lot. And the timing is because what the UDA High Command is trying to do is to change the conversation. Indeed, they have succeeded. I refer you to the video I did before this one. In case you haven't taken it in, look for it. Because it explains in great detail how this particular political strategy or play works. And there, Ruto has succeeded. Because what are we talking about now? The talk about electoral fraud, the talk about electoral justice has taken a back seat. That is the truth. However, we can also be sure that hitting back at the former president was already in the agenda. It was always in the plan. You see, there is a pattern here. Everything that happened to the deputy president, have you noticed, seems to be happening now to those who are opposed to Ruto. And especially those who are on the other side of the political divide, taking the orders, and executing those orders against Ruto and his team. The Ruto administration promised us the DCI would never, ever get involved in politics and what is unfolding in our politics. So explain to me, this recent move by the DCI demanding a statement from Raila Odinga concerning the revelations of the whistleblower. What was that about? Isn't that the DCI getting involved in politics? Kenyans will also remember that there was a time the security of the then Deputy President William Ruto was scaled down. Indeed, Recce officers were withdrawn. The elite GSU Recce officers were withdrawn from the security detail of Ruto and replaced with ordinary administration policemen. And voila, copy and paste, because precisely a very similar thing is now unfolding on former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Indeed, it has now reached a point where if you want to predict what will happen next, to those not in Ruto's camp, the opposition if you like, then it is very simple. You simply go back to the years 2018 to 2022 and carefully examine what happened to Ruto and his allies. And then you just copy-paste to the Ruto administration. The same thing is bound to happen to the opposition. Exactly the same thing. And especially to President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies. Those people are close to him. Those people executing his orders. That's really what it is. But in my opinion, the Ruto administration is facing formidable odds. Very difficult situation. Because whatever is being executed right now by Azimio and Raila Odinga, and indeed Uhuru Kenyatta, is very well planned. and it is being executed with precision. Yeah, and in my opinion, it will be very difficult to stop. In my latest weekly intelligence briefings, which will be out in a few hours, yeah, I detail the next move, the next very shocking move that UDA are going to make. Yeah. And this should happen immediately after the Kibra mega rally of Azimio and Raila Odinga. And of course the question is, will that move work or will it backfire? Well, time will tell. I highly recommend that you get that WIB, highly sensitive information. But if we were to look at what has happened so far, it is clear that Raila Odinga has always been a step ahead. Whatever response the government comes out with, it is clear to all that Raila is already one step ahead. For example, the UDA High Command has been waiting for the rallies to turn violent. They have really been waiting for that. Because the minute those rallies turn violent, the minute we get violent demonstrations, it changes everything. Yeah. These are no longer people demanding their rights. Constitutionally, these become now thugs and constitutional. That's what they've really been waiting for. But so far, Azimio and Raila Odinga have been very careful, and they have made very spirited efforts to ensure that the rallies remain peaceful. Even in instances where some of the opponents have tried to send in people to cause chaos, so far it has not worked. The Kenya Kwanza administration has even just stopped short of calling the rallies unconstitutional. Maybe that's what they had in mind. In fact, it seems that is what they thought, until a lawyer stopped them. Hold on a minute, guys. What they're doing so far is enshrined in our Constitution. They're not doing anything illegal or anything against the law. But the biggest cause of panic in the UDA High Command is Raila Odinga's real move. Let me explain. You see, in every contest, including politics, but let us take a simple example, like a boxing match between two boxers. The boxing match will start. You will notice that your opponents are just being defensive. They're not doing anything surprising. They're not showing any strategy. So you start to get worried. What are these guys up to? That is precisely the situation. Because in that boxing match, the real strategy, the real move will come from nowhere. Okay? And it will catch you completely by surprise. And that is exactly what is going to unfold. Raila Odinga's real move, what is it? That is what is keeping the UDA High Command awake at night without sleep. Because Raila Odinga is Raila Odinga. This is his territory. This is his speciality. Springing that surprise that you never saw coming. And so it is bad enough to be one step behind the barber. And yet, you don't know what his real move is. You're completely in the dark. You have no idea. And so, in analyzing Kenyan politics right now, we have to know, we have to be sure what is real and what is not. For instance, this is not about the Kenyatta family not paying taxes. No, it isn't. I've said that before. This is not about Mama Ngina Kenyatta being harassed and security withdrawn and the former First Lady being left stranded in Mombasa. No, that's not what this is all about. So what is all this about? Simply put, this is about the shocking revelations of the IEBC whistleblower, yeah, and the impact on Kenyans. Kenyans who voted and were disappointed. Kenyans who know that the election results were given by Wafula Chebukati can never be the real results. This is what this whole issue is about. The rest is just sideshows and diversionary tactics, yeah, which UDA are very good at. This is about Kenyans voting and then being given results that don't reflect how they voted. This is what this whole issue is about. And so by extension, it is also about UDA remaining in power. It is about Ruto retaining the presidency. That's really what it's all about. And so everything that has unfolded in recent times and everything that is going to unfold going forward is all about UDA retaining the presidency. Period. Now in my very latest weekly intelligence briefings number 97, I have a shocker. And that is the next move UDA are going to make. Okay? And I can assure it's not what you're thinking. No. I too was more than a little surprised. Now you can take advantage of our very latest offer for the WIBs in case you're not yet a member. Only $32 or $3,200 for an annual subscription, and only $36 for a life membership. Yeah, you can see details on the screens right now. Go for it. Take full advantage of it. Because I promise you, this offer is coming to an end very, very quickly. And where we're going, you will need to be kept up to speed regularly. And a lot of the information that is coming through is highly sensitive. I can't carry it on this public channel as much as I would like to. Yeah. Therefore, go for it. That particular WIB number 97 will be released in the next few hours. But if you subscribe immediately, you can also catch up on what you've missed. Yeah. For example, the Ruto administration has accused Uhuru Kenyatta of getting involved in politics. But apart from claiming that the former president is financing demonstrations, there's new demonstrations, they have not given us details. Actually, the details about that are in my WIB number 95, which was released 11 days ago. That was long before this current Manenos came up. Yeah. In that particular WIB, you will discover the role Uhuru has played in something that has really pissed off the UDA High Command. Okay? So make sure you don't miss that one. Even if you're already a subscriber and you didn't take in number 95, go back and check it out. Crazy information. And so in conclusion, I want to contradict what I saw in the headlines of a local newspaper. And they put it like this Ruto versus Raila thing. Who will blink first? No, that's not the situation, in my opinion. The situation is, will UDA catch up to Raila Odinga, who seems to be always one step ahead? That is really the state of affairs in our nation, Kenya. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.